Hey everybody, I'm Matt Hill.
I'm Sarah Phillips.
Jen McIntyre Morris.
Well, we are here today in amazing Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was lucky enough to come up here to deliver a fire suppression unit to one of our customers next year out at a Seneca frac location. I've been up there all week long and training and doing demos, so got a little bit of free time and wanted to come down here and grab these two. Surprised them both. They did not know I was going to set this gear up. I figured they were used to being in the limelight. The reason I followed you in the first place, Jennifer, is because she always uses social media for positive messages about our industry. She makes sure that all the groups up here, get their events and all their meetings out to everybody. And so it's very inspiring what you do. I appreciate you very much. Mm-hmm. And then Sarah, Cody Conover with Knight Energy Services told me, I don't know, how long you been employed now with Knight? Over a year. So a year and a half ago, he sent me a note saying, hey, put the word out all over the Northeast that we're looking for a unicorn to come to Knight Energy Services. So we made sure that every single person up here was looking out, and we grabbed you. Mm-hmm. I think I was trying to steal her too. Yeah. We can use you both, really. But anyway, thanks for being on here today. Jennifer told me to come here. Where are we at, Jennifer?
We are at Crazy Horse Coffee. This place is owned by a chap named James Bendel. He comes from our industry. But this particular place, he is a veteran. He's a service veteran. His uniform is actually hanging out there.
I saw that.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And he is super active with both our industry as well as charity. So he's set up 2 charities of his own. He does a car show here, a lot of Sundays in the summertime, raising a lot of funds for various different charities. He's also been one of the 50 under 50 in Pittsburgh. He's definitely an entrepreneur. You need to meet him.
He's my neighbor. I know him.
Oh, okay.
We have neighborly events.
He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, next time I'm up here, I'm coming back to Crazy Horse Coffee, and I'm going to get this delicious black brew here and get him on tape and tell me all about his business.
Yeah, absolutely.
This coffee is very delicious.
Yeah, what'd you get? You didn't get too crazy.
I got a decaf with almond milk and sugar-free vanilla flavor.
Yeah, I'm black coffee too.
I'm super basic. I just like black coffee.
Me too.
Yeah, at least if I'm coming to the place the first time, I want to be able to go, okay, how good is just your black coffee?
Yeah.
They did great. It's going to get me through the day. So I woke up this morning at 3:30 up at St. Mary-ish. Mm-hmm. We're about 3 about 3 hours north of Pittsburgh where we deliver this equipment. So my very last training was at 5 o'clock this morning to the guy. So I thought I was going to stay in Pittsburgh last night, but instead I had one more training round. So I was up there this morning, and then I got to drive through snow and ice down here as fast as I could, make sure I got to meet you guys.
There, though.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Emporium. Yeah, I got to stay at Emporium last night in a quaint little motel with a delicious little restaurant. So I was very impressed. It's been 10 years since I've been up here. I worked for HB Rental, and we started a yard, near State College, and I was up here, good part of the year going back and forth. So
you were up north 10 years ago too?
Yeah.
So the difference of up north 10 years ago and now is,
wow.
It was wild up there.
Yeah.
It was like the Wild West in Williamsport.
I wrestled a bear.
Yeah.
No,
it was wild. Though. I mean, it was just wild.
Now the bears respect them on gas workers.
Really quickly, and
it
then,
did.
The infrastructure couldn't support it.
It did. And you have to imagine, it was like a boom. I mean, it was like an oil boom up there for these small communities. You had hundreds of guys flooding to the area. I mean, to this day, I still refer to certain hotels. I'm like, oh, you mean the Halliburton Hotel? And people are like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know what it's called. It's not the Halliburton Hotel. It's just red and white outside, right?
Nice.
It was huge up there. Huge.
The consensus back then was I wasn't sure they loved us here yet. I think now everybody's, very appreciative of oil and gas. I think our message has been better education wise on energy. So, slowly, with people like you two, leaders in our industry up here, the word's out hey, we need oil and gas. We need the workers. It's a great career for, people to get into, and you're going to make, good money. And I don't know, I think be good stewards of our resources. So,
it definitely filled a void in the area because we were stealing coal. And when that kind of tanked, that's what boys did. Their grandpaps did it, their dads did it, and that's what they were going to do, right? And then we didn't have that anymore. So it definitely filled that void. But I would say that understanding of our industry didn't happen until the downturn. So people didn't realize what they had until it was gone, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
So like all this money poured in, they did all of this new roads and new schools and everything, and everybody still played around with hating the industry. And then when it was gone, they were like,
oh shoot,
shit,
what do we do now?
what did we do? Yeah, exactly. Oh, we need it back. So yeah, downturns serve their purposes for various different reasons, right?
I hope we recruit more people from up here into the industry, because if you're from Oklahoma, you're used to flat and the roads are flat and they don't curve. There's no curves on our roads. Okay. They're all squares and square miles, and you can get to places by those squares. Here, on the other hand, that was a lot of twists and turns on little narrow roads with people that don't care about speed at all. I'm very impressed by all the drivers up here.
Yeah.
They could easily go and be race car drivers anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I grew up in West
Terrifying.
Virginia, and I didn't realize that the majority of the country was flat.
Yeah.
You know, like, and we always
Thank
did
God.
directions by landmarks. And then when I moved to North Dakota, everyone was like, go 5 miles east and 3 miles west. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, is it close to a gas station? You know, like,
Yeah. When you look at your maps on your GPS up here in West Virginia and the road disappears multiple times off your screen and you can't see, you know you're in West Virginia then, right?
right.
That's
And
like
on this dirt road with a gazillion potholes, and your truck gets messed up.
Yeah.
I think the road we were on was called the 8 Mile Hollow. You know, and when we were driving up here, one of the guys I was with was like, "What's a hollow?" I was like, "You got me." I think it's just like a big valley without trees,
Yeah.
right? There we go. I was pretty close. It was hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is what it is.
Like my brain felt after 4 days without sleep up here. But hey, I'm at least you guys get me recharged before I hit the road back to Oklahoma. Jennifer, tell me all the things that are going on with you. Every day I try to follow you on LinkedIn. So what businesses are you repping right now, and what events are coming up?
So currently I am vice president of RLI Solutions, which is a pipeline and civil construction company. I have NMW LLC, which is my WBE registered consulting company, oilfield consulting company. Sitting on multiple boards. So I am the director of marketing for Women's Energy Network Pittsburgh chapter. I hold a chair position for that same organization down in West Virginia. I do the social media marketing for American Association of Drilling Engineers and the social media chair position for Appalachian Pipeliners Association as well.
There
We have a lot of events coming up. We have
I
the
bet she's pretty happy to grab you, Sarah, and start throwing you into committees.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm a chair. I don't have very much going on at all, but I'm a chair for the Women's Energy Network for public relations. But I love hanging out with Jennifer because she's just a machine.
I agree.
we have fun together.
Yeah.
Well, I think your guys' presence in our industry is very helpful. Equality, and all the, stuff like that. I mean, I've never, I grew up with amazing mom and sisters, so I didn't ever, I actually thought they were smarter and stronger than us anyway. So I didn't have any of those issues. But, in our industry, at times in the past, we've had, issues with that. But now more and more, hopefully we'll recruit, women into our industry just as much as men, get them into positions of leadership. It really, it makes the industry a better place.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. We have a different way of looking at things, right? And it's not necessarily bad or good. It's just different. And I think that's definitely needed for sure.
The older I get, I guess, and the wiser I get, the more minds that are in our industry from every walk of life, just, always infuses it with better, ideas,
I agree.
innovation.
It's not only that, but women really, I feel like a lot of women, and correct me if you think that it's not the same way, but we feel like we have something to prove because we have so many forces against us, But then there are companies like Schlumberger. Probably one of the reasons why I got hired was because I was a girl, because they're really trying to push for females in the industry.
And that's growing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We actually have a luncheon planned for March with the Appalachian Pipeliners Association and the concentration is, first of all, introducing women-owned companies in the oil field. So we're going to have a lot of women-owned reps from women-owned companies in the oil field there. And then our speakers are representatives from operators who are in charge of the diversification programs for those operators. So CNX has a set-aside program specifically for that, and Terra are touring with the idea of setting up a formal program. Olympus have a program for that. I mean, EQT, they have all already recognized the benefits of making sure that those mines are included in their processes.
I always like to give people homework that watch my episodes. You know, for a long time, I wanted to know how many active producing wells are in the United States. Now I've got a pretty good number. It's about 1 million. We finally found that number. A good friend of mine, Michael Dunn. So there's some homework for you. Next time somebody can find out for me how many women are in oil and gas in our industry, you know, rough number, of course. And then how many companies are either owned by women or their, you know, their main leadership is, you know, women. That'd be interesting to find out.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Just to see what the numbers are. I don't know if we know. I don't know if anybody knows right now, but we can do a survey right now. So Sarah, what are you repping right now? Night Energy Services. Yeah, thank God.
Same with you.
Yeah. So what else? Sarah is kicking my butt at Night Energy Services. I've been a little bit busy with Night Fire, and Sarah has all of her equipment out just about up here in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of it's out right now.
And there we go. So if our leadership at Night Energy Services is watching this, buy some more stuff. Give it to Sarah. She'll get it out.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
He did just give me a bunch of national accounts, though. So that's super exciting after only being in sales for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you be traveling more?
Fly to Oklahoma, man.
If necessary. That's not on the agenda right now, but
I love Oklahoma. So my first time in Oklahoma, I went down and there was a gentleman named Kobe who worked for Gulfport. I was supposed to have someone from Gulfport up here go down with me, and I was already in Oklahoma, and he called me and he's like, the shit's hit the fan. I can't come. So I'm in Oklahoma. I know nobody in a hotel room, and I'm like, I'm just going to go to the Gulfport office and see who I can pick up.
Back when they actually let you in and walk around the halls. Yeah,
exactly.
Those are good
so
days.
Kobe's there. I'm like, I was supposed to be here with somebody else, but now I'm here by myself for 2 days. And he's like, come in my truck. So he drove me around their entire asset structure. We spent about 8 hours. He showed me everything historically that they did, all of the processes that were different, how they dealt with like their water down there, which is totally different than up here, and their drilling fluids, spreading it on cow pastures and things like that. It was just really cool. And I saw my first Roadrunner. I'm like, oh my God, what is that? He's tiny. He's like, did you honestly expect him to be like 9 foot tall, Jen? I'm like,
they do get bigger.
I actually did.
He's
the size of a coyote.
bigger than a coyote, right?
Did you see any jackalopes while you were there?
No,
it's too bad.
That's the cool thing about you. So your day was canceled and you still went out and you still took the initiative and you again really had a
and I still
great
talk to the
experience.
guys. That was like 7 years ago and I still talk to them. So
yeah. Because I don't think most people would do that.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit in a hotel room.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go out and meet people. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's oil and gas. Like we want to get to know each other. We oftentimes talk about how, like we're in middle school and we all get recesses and we all go out to the playground and we hang out with each other day after day after day. You cannot wait to get up in the morning and put your clothes on and get to school to go hang out with your friends, same friends over and over and over and over, day after day. It's the same thing. I found an industry that I have that same feeling like, oh, right, I get to go see my friends again on the playground today.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
That's a really good perspective.
And sometimes you fight.
Yeah.
Sometimes
and then you make up.
Yeah, and then you make up.
Yeah, me and some guys have
Feel
spread a little gravel every now and then, right? You got to spread a little gravel with your boys every now and then.
Yeah.
You got to see who's the toughest guy on the block.
Yeah.
I'm not the toughest anymore, so somebody else take that title. Yeah.
Used to be.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. You don't strike me as tough. You're very jubilant.
I'm gonna edit that part out. I'm gonna voice that over and go, you seem like the toughest guy in the room.
Oh yeah, definitely. Very machismo.
So I didn't get to meet him this trip, but I can't wait. So what's your husband doing right now? Who's he working for?
He works for Summit Sales and Equipment, and they run out a bunch of stuff for like fracking, like valves. They do pipe inspection, but right now, so his main project right now is a cryptocurrency project.
Yes, crypto in the oil
it's
field.
Called Soku Swap, and you did an episode actually where you went out and saw them
a hash hut
mining,
right?
On
cool.
On a well site. So they're planning on doing that right now. But there's like incredibly my reality in life has completely shifted. Crazy things are happening.
That's good.
Yeah.
Get rich, Sarah. I hope you buy a yacht and you take Jennifer and I out on it. We'll have a great time.
Oh, absolutely.
Mediterranean.
That'd be cool.
I could try to
Who
get a
knows if that
tan.
would
I've been
happen.
covered up in FRs for a week, so I need a tan.
You're not going to get it in Western Pennsylvania.
No.
I don't know. There'll be a sunny day every now and then up here.
You have to spray tan.
Well, I really appreciate you guys doing this with me. Thank you so much to Crazy Horse Coffee. That's something. Why are all the people growing? I mean, this is off in the weeds, but we need to stop growing weed everywhere, and they need to start growing. They need to concentrate on coffee beans. Right here it says support your local caffeine dealers. I'd rather have a caffeine dealer than a weed dealer any day of the week.
Absolutely.
Weed's way more popular in Oklahoma, right?
There's a dispensary on every single corner. It's
a super
bananas.
saturated market.
Yeah, saturated.
Down there, right?
Smoky. Can't even breathe through that fog. But yeah, this is fantastic. I'm more of a fan of whiskey and caffeine.
Oh, yeah?
These are my drugs
You
right
put
here.
it together? You just throw a shot in there.
Yeah. Well, how do people get a hold of you guys that are watching this? LinkedIn, Facebook, your email addresses. I want people to make sure to reach out to you and support you in your efforts. Jennifer, go ahead.
Appreciate it. So all of my information is on LinkedIn. I am an open book. My telephone number is on there. My email address is on there. And everybody can reach out to me at any time.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't have my telephone number on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But everything else.
Listen, you call one person up here and you're going to be able to get my number.
Yeah,
anyhow,
that's
so
true.
it might as well be
Well,
published.
maybe I should change that.
Yeah.
I got a funny story. I got to share one more second. So yesterday, a little bit sleepy headed, hadn't got my delicious Pennsylvania coffee yet, and I go to a parking lot because I see a food truck in there, and I also needed some what do they call them up here? Long johns, some underwear that's long handles to keep me warm up there. So I walk up to him and I go, "What do you got on the menu, food truck guy?" And it's called Honkies. So everybody out there watching, I need your help to find this guy because I talked to him for a minute and said, "Hey, I want one of your sandwiches." And of course, up here, you have to have the steak and the cheese and the peppers and the onions and the mushrooms in a sandwich to make your trip complete. I go in, get my underoos, come back out, and he's like, "Hey, come on in here and look around while I'm making your sandwich." So we start talking. We're probably in there talking for 30 minutes. I got plenty of time before I have to be up to the mountain. And then I left with my sandwich. I'm eating it on the way up there like, "That is delicious. Thank you, Mr. Steve Honky." And I realized that I didn't pay him. So this morning I drive past there hoping to find him. His food truck wasn't there. So if anybody watches this and knows that Steve Honky, go give him $20 and then hit me up with your Venmo and I'll pay you back. But he was he's so nice. Maybe he meant to give me the sandwich for free. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah. Clear your conscience.
That or he just like, "Oh, that poor Oklahoma kid." He doesn't even know.
He's so cold. A little warming up.
Yeah.
Nice sandwich.
Well, that's it. That's what we do, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care. God bless you. Thank you all. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Boom. So glad to meet you. Here, let's shake hands. You're not going to shake hands? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a
Bye.
hugger. Bye.
I'm not giving hugs on here.
No?
No.
No. It's because you're tough.
You know what I am going to do? If anybody's watching this, I'm going to rep my little cool company